Well, it is my favorite time of the year again. The Tour de France is here. Stage 1 was run today, and I have to be honest, in the 25 years that I've been watching this race since 1999, I honestly cannot remember a first day this crazy, let alone any other day this crazy. I mean, as Christian Vande Velde was saying on the bike, if you had told him this was day 16 or 17 of the Tour, he would have believed you. But day 1, this was insane. For those of you who didn't watch, this is a look at the race profile. This is what the stage looked like. There were 7 climbs for a total of 3,600 meters of vertical ascent, which is absolutely insane, especially for a first day on the road. And there was mass attrition. I mean, that's the best way we can put it. There were casualties all over the road. No one really abandoned except for one member of Astana, I believe, but most people stayed upright. I think there was one crash. We did see Wilco Kelderman a little beaten up, but still pulling his own incredibly at the front near the end of the race. So there was just mass hysteria all over. We saw Mark Cavendish on the very first climb of the day lose contact and finishing in 39 minutes behind the leaders, barely before the cutoff time. He had less than 10 minutes to spare before getting eliminated. So if this is the first day of the Tour, what are the next 3 weeks going to be? So I just wanted to kind of take a minute and talk about this stage and just kind of go over some of my thoughts and what I was noticing during the stage and what we think this is going to maybe shape up to be for the next 3 weeks. So with Cav off the back, yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad for his chances at taking that 35th stage win. But at the same time, we have to remember that this is not a Mark Cavendish stage at all. This is not one that we're expecting him to really do well on. Granted, he cracked a little bit quicker than I really thought he was. I mean, they were barely about 40 miles in when he lost contact, I think it was. And we were even seeing him having major struggles, including vomiting off the side of the bike. So shout out to the news cameras for catching that little piece of video for all of eternity. That was a great way to send off his last tour with video of him puking on the bike. But anyway, again, I just don't think it was really a stage for him, and the heat seemed to be a major factor, not just for Cav, but for a lot of other riders as well. We're assuming that the heat was a major factor because as we were kind of watching, I mean, they were just constantly pouring water on Cav, shoving ice down the back of his jersey, trying to cool him down as much as possible. What I was hearing from a lot of the reporting is that temperatures were around about 30 degrees Celsius, which is around about 90 degrees Fahrenheit for the majority of the race, but hitting temperatures up of 95. And at one point, Steve Perino even measuring the temperature off of the road surface, which measured 118 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what the riders were dealing with today. And honestly, I think a lot of them were feeling it. We even saw David Gaudu fall off the back, which is just insane on the first day to see some of these big names getting left behind. Again, if you had told me this was the 3rd week of the Tour and this was a stage we were doing then, yeah, totally would have believed you and been cool with it. But today, for the first day, wow. A total of 54 riders finished off the back, and that is just an insane number for the first day. We're going to see some major time gaps, and there's already been a lot of possible contenders that have just effectively been written out of this Tour altogether. So we did see a 7-man breakaway pretty early on. There was a couple little attacks going and then a 7-man breakaway. That stayed away for quite some time. In fact, technically, the breakaway did succeed because one rider from DSM, Frank Vandenbroek, hold on. Frank Vandenbroek. Yes, Frank Vandenbroek. Sorry, I had to look up his name again because he is 23 years old. He looks like he's maybe pushing 13. This kid is young. And what he just did today in his first ever Tour de France is put a massive stamp on it. I don't think there has ever been a rider that has put this much of a stamp on their first day in their first Tour. He stayed away for the entire breakaway, and not only that, then was able to pick up Romain Bardet, who came and caught the breakaway, his team leader, and take him all the way to the line. Now, I've already seen a lot of people online criticizing Bardet for this and saying he should have given the win to Frank, and I don't agree with that. I think this was Bardet's win to take. It is Frank doing his job to get his leader to the line. That's the purpose of the whole thing. Frank is going to have a long career ahead of him. Let's just acknowledge that right now. I mean, again, I don't think you can do a better first day in the tour, period. I don't think it's possible. And this is Romain Bardet's last tour ever, and he's never won the yellow jersey. So by taking that stage win, he gets his yellow jersey. And even just getting that one day, this means a lot to me personally, because Romain Bardet has been one of those riders that I have gotten to watch their entire career and watch it unfold from back in the day when he was first talked about as France's next big hope to be a tour champion, and then how that never really came to fruition. He's only had 4 stage wins in his entire career and never worn the yellow jersey. So finally getting one, honestly, for me, that's incredible. And it's not as if Frank came up empty-handed, because not only did he take second place in the stage and therefore second place in the standings overall, he also took the green and the white jerseys, because again, he is 23 years old. So he is now wearing 2 of the leaders' jerseys, the white and the green. And for DSM to come out and on the first day of the tour just put their foot down and show we are here is absolutely incredible. That is amazing to see from a team that I feel like hasn't had the greatest performance ever, and I feel like that is kind of fair to say, and I want to see them perform more, and I want to see Romain Bardet keep that yellow for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't care. That would be amazing. I would love to see it. Obviously, that's most likely not going to happen, but who had Romain Bardet as the stage winner picked? Be honest, because I don't think really hardly anyone saw that coming. That is an absolutely incredible finish. But some of the other things that I was noticing today, we didn't actually get a lot of time with Tadej and Jonas. Both of them were just kind of keeping in the field, keeping their heads down, and staying in contact, which is exactly what they need to be doing at this time. So honestly, perfectly played by them. The breakaway almost did get caught at the line, and I thought they were going to, with only 13 seconds separating the peloton and the leaders going into that final straightaway, and it was incredible. It was so good to watch. This is the type of moment that I love watching cycling for, so that felt amazing to see. When you see that just freight train of the peloton storming down the lane, and they are gonna catch him. You know they're gonna catch him. But then the breakaway stays away, and we get to see the amazing moment of Romain Bardet even just giving that victory to Frank, not in a literal sense, obviously, because he then won the stage, but he did. I don't think I've ever seen a celebration where the winner of the stage instantly turns to their domestique and thanks them in such a public way. I've never seen that before. Hardly. I honestly can't think of a time that has happened. Maybe it has, so let me know in the comments if I am wrong about that. But it was just an incredible moment. I think it was a great start to the tour, but at the same time, I'm wondering, why did we need to go this hard in the paint from the very beginning, from the very start? This was just absolutely brutal. And I wonder if it maybe has shattered the field a little too much, but maybe it's shaken things up in a good way. I feel like this stage, though, was very tailored to the people like Tadej and Jonas, who can do these stages no problem like the back of their hand, whereas maybe a lot of the other GC contenders weren't quite ready for this aggressive of stage this early. And that's perfectly fine. I get that, but yeah, man, day one, absolutely insane. Now, so as for the stage 1 results, what we're looking at is in first place, Romain Bardet. Frank van den Broek, again, those were the 2 DSM finishers that they went 1 and 2, and I love seeing teams go 1 and 2. That's always one of my favorite. In third place, we have Wout van Aert. I'm still getting used to trying to say that correctly. I always want to say Wout. I know it's Wout van Aert. Tadej Pogačar in 4th place, Maxim van Gils from Lotto Destiny in 5th, Alex Arenborough from Movistar, Mads Pedersen, Little Trek, he was up in there, Remco Evenepoel, who I think is going to have a fantastic tour, or at least I'm hoping will have a fantastic tour, Pello Bilbao, Alberto Bettiol rounding out 9 and 10. As for the general classification, it pretty much just follows that. So the general classification 1 through 10 is going to be the same as the 1 through 10 for the finishers on the stage 1 results. Obviously, that's how it's going to be classified. So we're not going to really see much separation from that. It's going to be all the same there. But it is an interesting top 10 because there's a lot of names in there that I did not expect to be there whatsoever, and some names that I expected to be there that aren't. So it's a shakeup for day one, which I really, really like, and I think it's going to be a really, really good tour, honestly. I'm so excited for the next 3 weeks, guys. This is going to be great. Also, if I'm a little uppity and a little kind of chatty at the moment, I've had a lot of caffeine. I've been up since about 5 in the morning here, local time, and yeah, it's been a great day. Now, I didn't see Didi today, the Tour de France Devil. If you did see Didi, please let me know. We need to be on Didi watch because that is one of my favorite parts of the tour. Every time that we get to that is seeing him out there and running around. Now, and also as I was mentioning earlier, Michele Gazzoli, Mikhail Gazzoli. I'm again sorry about the pronunciation of the first name. I think I am saying that wrong, but Michele Gazzoli. Was the first rider to abandon from Astana, so that is kind of a bummer for Cav. That was going to be a support rider that he probably could lean on quite a bit. And yeah, he left, I think, on the first climb of the day, which is just absolutely insane to see. So that was the first rider out. As far as for the other injuries that we had today, we did see Wilco Kelderman a little bit bandaged up, but again, looking great off the front when it was his turn to take a share. He was absolutely pushing it hard. Wilco has always been a great rider, and I love his name because I love the band. So, yeah, I mean, easy fan there. Other thing I wanted to mention, Visma Lisa bikes. Those are bad. Those are real bad. I mean, they literally just took the Feeds logo and said, we're going to do that for our bikes this year. It's the same color of everything, the background and the font. All of that. The other crazy story of today, Jan Hurt from Soudal Quickstep, one of their climbers, actually was pretty decently injured before the race even started. He ran into a spectator's backpack, or was clipped by a spectator's backpack. Not sure on the exact instance of what had happened. But he fell down and cracked 3 of his front teeth and continued on. He did the stage with, looking like Jaws from James Bond, but he did it, so hats off to him getting through the stage. And honestly, kind of hope it doesn't lead to a withdrawal, but obviously you got to take care of yourself. If that needs to be fixed immediately, then go fix it immediately. That's a little more important. Apart from that, I think that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Just kind of wanted to get some of my thoughts out, but would love to hear your thoughts as well. So be sure to share those down in the comments. Sorry, a lot of alliteration there. Share those down in the comments, your thoughts and what you are excited to see in the weeks coming forward. Again, day 1, the tour is here, guys. We are so very happy. We are playing Fantasy Tour de France with Dobbs CycleWorks here. All you need to do to join in on that fun is to go down to the link in the description for the Discord channel, and I have a channel set up there specifically for the fantasy game. You can join in whenever you want. You don't have to play the whole time. I also set the manager budgets to the highest they can go, so you can really just make a juggernaut team if you want to with every top dollar rider. So we're really just doing it for kind of fun and just to have a good time watching some cycling. Other than that, that is all the updates. We will see you hopefully tomorrow if I can get a video out for the second stage. I'm going to try to do stage updates as often as possible over the next 3 weeks. I'm going to try my best, but I will be watching the tour. And I'm always active in the Discord channel. So if you want to go ahead and keep the conversation going or talk about the pro cycling tour, watching the Tour de France, anything like that, go on down to that Discord channel. Go ahead and join. And we would love to see you over there and talk about bikes. Other than that, stay safe out there, rubber side down, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.